Greetings from Polyhedron and Polymath. We're here in Kazakh just taking a dive here. And basically what we're doing is we're looking for mage focus items, which an enchanter can also use to reclaim mana. Let's go ahead and hide corpse here. And so basically all of the mage focus items, there's a torch, a shovel, a broom, and a stein. And they can basically they're focus items for the mage pet. If this air pet, for example, I believe the broom can make him from like a level 26 pet to a level 27 pet, basically. So definitely want to make sure we get all those mage focuses. I'm just rebuffing here. And basically that involves coming to the alligator area and killing alligators. I checked this out on the Mangler server. This is all converted into piranhas, so I guess the piranhas drop those pieces, on a more modern TLP. So yeah, we're getting mage focus items here. You basically have the choice of either going to Najina and killing magicians there, or coming here and killing alligators. So I'm killing alligators. The zone experience modifier is great. I think for a red con it's about 3.5%, and for a yellow it's about 2.5%. So you can get as much as 6% per per kill. And I qualify a kill as being you charm an alligator and you use that alligator to kill another alligator, and the opponent brings down your pet's hit points, which you then drop when he's about 20% health, and you get experience for both. So yeah, about 6% per enchanter trick. Couple things here. First, the most common sense thing is make sure you have water stones or some method of underwater breathing. Not a good place to be stuck with your pants down and suffocate underwater. Use the rune. These mobs hit for around 50. 54-60 has been the high. And come here with some type of hit point buff. So I've got resolution, divine vigor, symbol of Naltron. I also have harnessing of the spirit. I have basically the best hit points I can get, all the armor class that you can possibly get, and use that rune. And I'm going to go ahead and damage shield. The mage just got burnout 2, which is nice. The rogue pet here, Polymath's pet, does a lot of damage. A lot of the damage he does is basically coming from his thorns. Done. F1, just applying damage shield onto everybody, and I think I'm going to reapply burnout 2 here. Alright, there we are. Boom. Okay. So, I believe these gators are dubious. But they're social aggro, so they're not KOS, which is nice. I cleared a lot of them out around here. Pull them in. I cleared this little tunnel out, and we're going to work our way toward oh, come on. There goes my rune. There you go. So yeah, I cleared this little tunnel out. I think I might have mentioned that enchanters, they will derive benefit from not the focus effect, but they will derive benefit from reclaim mana or reclaim energy, which basically what that does is, in this case with the torch, you need a couple other pieces, and I'll go into the quests here in a minute. But basically, you can do the same turn-in. You won't get a focus effect for an earth pet, but you will be able to reclaim energy off of your enchanter pet. And basically, it's like a mana conversion. I believe it's something like 300 mana that you get, which is pretty nice. I'm just going to take a little bit of a med break. Yeah, we've got some more alligators here. So we'll bring this guy in. What we're going to try to do is try our little enchanter trick here. May as well have him eat up the rest of my rune. Okay, there you go. So basically we have these two gators eating each other up. We'll have Polymath Mallow here. And what I tend to do, we don't have respawns yet. I'll go ahead and choke and sit down, try and get some mana back. And just basically just beat them down, same as before, what we did with alligators in South Row, what we did with what we did in Timorous Deep with the skeletons, what we did in Mistmore Castle, is basically just do this little enchanter trick, try to save as much resources as possible, try to stay seated. Ooh, that's not good. Alright, so when that happens, we just use the stopgap Mage pet and just burn down the pet. So that's a blessing in disguise. Dot's still working. There you go, dot's cleared. So we got the full efficiency off that dot. Sit right back down, get some gator skin. There you go. So that wasn't ideal. They do like to drop. Good time to reapply the rune. So that was good. Experience 1.2 and 1.4. That's what 2.5. Not bad. In Marasaru, this definitely beats Marasaru. Not as good as Dawn Shroud Peaks, but it definitely beats Marasaru. So in the context of the Lucklin era, I would say, yeah, it's great, and you're all by yourself. You don't get pelts, so you don't have the opportunity to make, like, 75 plat per session or what have you. Let's pull this gator here. And I'm not going to bother to mallow him. There you go. Pull this gator here, because I don't plan to keep these guys enchanted for very long. There you go. Get out of here. Okay, there you go. So I have two options here. I could let them beat each other up, or I could just zerg. Yes, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this a different way. Instead of breaking, we're going to send in the Mage Pet. Mallow, sit down, and hit him with a nuke. Of course. There you go. All right, so that's clear. And, I got a little bit of a dodge mod. Cool, there you go. I want to get out of this intervening hallway. And, yeah, I think I'm just going to take a dive down here. Sit down. Okay, yeah, I think he's still dubious. Okay. I just want to get out of this hallway because I'm expecting respawns. Again, mage focus items. There's enchanter items, so the incandescent armor quests. I believe the glove and the rod of insidious glamour. No, not the rod of insidious glamour. The incandescent wand. I think that's what it's called. Alright, you can eat that mallow for lunch, buddy. doesn't want a mallow. These jerks. So yeah, so that is going to require killing a couple named lizards, and I believe they're both in the maze. So when you pull up the map, which this is just a disaster, we're right underneath this maze. So what you do is you head to the top floor, head to the right from the entrance, and go into this maze. There's a roamer that roams through all these little catacombs. So basically what you do is you just kind of hang out near the wizard spire. See if he comes down. Come to me. There you go. All right, so once that's done, this should pretty much clear. It should pretty much clear the little cenote, or the watering hole. Yeah, and then I'll probably break. This will be a traditional enchanter fight, quote unquote traditional. So yeah, so mage focus items, incandescent armor from that maze for the enchanter, the zone experience modifier, get to practice my enchanting skills, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, this is a great little zone. You know, I think I'm like, I came here early in the morning at about level 40, so I'm almost at about 40% in to level 29, and I'm at almost 70% of the way in. Just be a little situationally where there's a gator up there. Ooh, a yellow. Let's just keep this guy rooted. Okay. Just work them down, work them down. So I'm going to use that yellow con to attack the intervening hallway. All right, so we're going to drop. And there's a broom. Let's give that to polymath. Nice, so that's a mage focus, and let's go ahead and pet this guy. Hopefully this, there you go. Okay, so I think the only thing that polymath needs is the shovel. He has the stein, he has the broom, and he has the torch. So all he needs is the shovel, and then he's good to go. I can't tell whether I'm sitting. Okay, now I'm sitting. Okay. Okay, so I got a big beefy alligator here. Got about 3% from that. Okay, so what we're going to do is very cautiously swim up here. Since we cleared the cenote. And yeah, there's a gator right there. Okay, looks like there's two white cons. We could pull those gators in. Okay, I'm really liking this pet. Oh, you jerk! He saw me. Okay, so first things first. Let's go ahead and take polymath up against these blue cons. There's mana burn. Okay, there goes that. And let's take you up against that. Let's help out Polymath here. Bam. Okay, so that's my buddy right there. So the yellow con alligator is getting his butt kicked. So what we're going to do is just slow down. Try to slow down the even con alligator. Boom. Root him. Fine. Okay. Then we'll have boom. Go ahead and break. Okay, then alligator here. Hopefully Mr. Lebitnik doesn't lose his life. Okay, gotcha. Okay, looks like we have another gator. Where are you? There he is. Okay, let's bring an end to this. Boom. Oh, come on. There you go. There you go. Okay, let's get Mr. Polymath up here. Cool, we get to see the intervening corridor. All right, that was a little hairy. I'm glad we were able to see like a save. Mallow. Cool. Okay, fun times. Cool. Alrighty. So let's see here. Mage. So we have a broom. Okay, we just need a shovel. Just stay down here. That got me up to about 80. What else could be said? You know, there's been videos of this area. I think Tecmos Deception did an excellent job. I think Wrecked also did a good job. So I'm basically kind of like standing on the shoulders of giants here, which is, I'm perfectly happy with that. Let's see here, probably, yeah, I'll just have them work each other down. But yeah, yeah, so zone experience modifier, focus items, incandescent armor, the challenge of doing it. I mean, it's great. I like this little hallway because you do have a little place to run. It's nice that White Con is working down my pet nicely, so this will be a nice little split here. And the Mage pet's just beefy enough to be able to get the job done. And like in this little intervening hallway, you can back up and give yourself a little bit of space to get a route off. Basically, I'm just going to work down to the end of the hall. And there's a whole bunch of really high-level alligators in a pool over there. Go and yep. So just like killing gators, like we've always done. Just need that broom. But yeah, I'm definitely going to use one of those mage items on Polyhedron just for the reclaim energy clicky, which would be nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little break from this video, and we're going to just go ahead and go over the quests. This is a good place to camp. Well, sort of good. I think right here should be fine. And what we're going to do is we're just going to invis up. And I believe these guys are just dubious. They will aggro you if you have an enchanter pet. So they do have that like indirect aggro thing. So we're just going to stay seated here, camp out. And let's see, I came here at about 40% in, and now I'm 85% in. So the experience is great. From that kill, I got 2.9 and 2.3. So you're looking at, what, 3, about 5, almost 5.5 of a yellow, or 5.5% of a level. So not bad. All right, let's check out P99 and see what they have to say. Okay, here are the incandescent armor quests. For the gloves are pretty nice. Let's just go ahead and hover over that. You're looking at 6 armor class, 3 strength, charisma, agility, and mana. Not bad for a classic era item. You need 4 sets of gloves. 2 are purchased, 1 in Lava Storm and 1 in High Pass. The other one drops off Radiant in Kazakh Thul. I think you basically just wait for him to path to the Wizard Spires and just wait on him and kill placeholders there. The other is randomly dropped off Shadowed Men. So a Shadow Man camp, any Shadow Man camp. There's one right outside, I think, or there's several right outside in a Thul Swamp right outside Grob. The Incandescent Mask, this one's pretty nice. The Mask, 7 Charisma, 5 Int, 3 AC. The AC is a little low, but it's a nice intelligence item for sure. You get that from a Rune of Fortune, which drops off Dark Elf Anighty. In Mistmore, she's pretty easy to take out, and the Rune of Fortune, I think, always drops off of her. The bottom part of the Rune of Fortune is either in the Neriak Library or Serena in South Quinos. And what you do is you just give them 50 gold tokens. So you give 50 gold to either this lady in Neriak or this lady in South Quinos. And so you get the bottom half and the top half, turn that into, along with a glowing mask. Glowing mask you need off a Froglock Scryer, a live frog in Upper Guck, or a Skeletal Monk in the Estate of Unrest. So yeah, it's a perfect time to head up to the Estate of Unrest, kill monks up there. The Incandescent Wand requires you kill a Dusty Werebat, and that drops a pouch of silver dust, which you need off of him, and then a silver wand off a Silvered Guard in Kazakh Thul, and he is in that same little area as Radiant in Kazakh Thul. I think he's in that little maze area, and the wand has a color shift clicky on it, which is nice. So that's an insta click. So it has decent armor and so forth. Let's see, it's just primary only. I probably wouldn't use that, although you do get armor class on a primary item. Save from Earth's Magic is good, but that color shift clicky, that's really nice. It's nice to basically take the color shift off of the off of a spell gem and just keep it on a hot bar. That would be a nice item to grab. So yeah, we're gonna look. We're gonna want to kill the Silvered Guard in Kazakh Thul, and while we're at it, we can kill Radiant in Kazakh Thul. So two mobs in Kazakh Thul need to be taken out. And then if you look under so I'll use Sekro. Okay, we have the Circlet of Mist, which I already have. There's a Clay Bracelet, Earthen Boot, Robe of the Elements. These are the Solusec Armor quests. Let's see here. The boots. Yeah, these are all pretty easily obtained. Just trying to see. Yeah, these are all in classic zones. But, yeah, so what we're looking for are these mage focus items. So this Temple of Solro armor, that was a circlet which I showed. But, yeah, we want these mage focus items. So when you click, there's a broom, and the broom, the stein, the shovel, and the torch all drop off of either alligators in Khazad-dûl or magicians in Najina. Then you need some other pieces, typically a piece of a giant, a griffin feather in the case of the broom, the shovel. You're going to need a gargoyle eye. So these are all places that you would already be going for the Sol Ro armor. So it's kind of like you get, you kind of are able to do, get a twofer, basically. So as long as you know what you're hunting for, you should be able to do both the Temple of Sol Ro armor and work the mage focus. And just to go into the focus effect, let's just click on, let's just say the Stein. This is for the water pet. When you click on the Stein of Ulyssia, we have this reclaim energy, which is nice. And basically this is like, it basically sacrifices your pet and gives you 300 mana, which, and it only works up to level 49, but an enchanter can use this, but it also has this focus effect of giving your water pet, in this case, making him one higher level. So at level 26, he would now be level 27 and have slightly better, hit slightly harder, and have a slightly better armor class and hit points, so forth. So it's definitely good for enchanters to get it, because what they can do is they can use it on their animations to use their animation as like a mana battery. What kind of got me interested was the Circlet of Mist. I was in the Estate of Unrest, and I was able to, we were killing festering hags, and I was able to get this globe of mist off of her. And then once I got that, I just needed to get a title Goblin Lord and get this water ring. And he's just in an adjacent zone, Dragnor's Cauldron. And once I had those two pieces, I only needed to go to the Firot and kill this alligator. And but the to get that Ring of Eulogy. And the Ring of Eulogy, you actually get that back. So they only really wanted the ring off the Title Lord and the globe off the Festering Hag. They give you the ring back, which Polymath is now wearing. So this kind of got me into the Temple of Sol Ro armor, and which kind of got me into the focus items. So, and eventually, with two of these focus items, you actually use in the Mage Epic, which I don't think I'm going to do because I don't want to camp Quillmane without a tracker. So, yeah, so I'll just be doing this over the next couple weeks, and eventually what we'll do is we'll switch back to Mangler once we get a new expansion drop. I think the Darkened Sea is coming up, and so eventually I'll switch back, but I'd like to come back to Yelnak and play classic content and do some of these cool quests that I don't really know about, and I'd like to learn more about these classes. So hope you guys enjoy the video.